Hello and welcome to another edition of Veterans Speak Out, sponsored by New Hampshire Veterans for Peace. And this is Will Thomas, coordinator of New Hampshire Veterans for Peace.
And I'm Bill McCarthy, retired Naval Intelligence Officer from Manchester and also a member of New Hampshire Veterans for Peace.
And I'm Richard Murphy, Veterans for Peace, proud of it. Glad to be here. I wonder what edition it is. It's
What edition?
Another edition, but what edition is it?
I know, 857, I'm not
Well,
sure. Well, look, we first, before we get started, we want to give a shout out to a really, really wonderful cat.
Celia.
A viewer and a contributor.
And a contributor to the show.
Contributor.
So, Delia, this
Delia.
show is dedicated to you and for you. So, thanks for watching.
Thank you, Delia. Thank you very much.
All right. Speaking of courage, we last week were witness to a remarkable event in front of the White House in our nation's capital, where a group of Veterans for Peace and others gathered to show their displeasure, I'm putting it mildly, with President Obama and his ignored promise to shut down Guantanamo and transfer or release those prisoners who have had no charges filed against them and have never seen a judge. And some of them have gone on a hunger strike, and as you know, some of them are near death. So the president intervened and sent nurses and doctors down to force feed them with Ensure, among other things. And it is torture, according to AMA.
And can be fatal.
And can be fatal.
Yeah.
One woman from Texas, a shrimp fisherwoman, I think we also talked about her book called Diary of an Eco-Outlaw, and I love the subtitle, An Unreasonable Woman Breaks the Law for Mother Earth. She's a vet for peace, was a medic in Vietnam, and is just a wonderful person. She went on hunger strike in solidarity with the over 100 prisoners at Guantanamo, and she was in her 57th day of fasting. I asked her when I saw her, are you seeing a position? She said, yeah, a little bit here. So she was taking a little bit.
How much weight did she lose?
She had lost 50 pounds. Okay, one of our colleagues, Elliot Adams, our former president, lost 30, and you'll see how thin
That's an awful lot of
he
weight.
is there.
In such a short period of time.
Okay, so what we're going to do is view first this video, about a 2-minute clip of Diane Wilson, is her name, and by the way, she will be a speaker at the Veterans for Peace Convention in Madison, Wisconsin in August.
Yeah.
As will Brian Wilson, and I'm trying to remember, oh, guess who? Nick Terse.
Oh, yeah.
So anything you want me to ask him, or, the book we're talking about by Nick Terse is called
Shoot anything that moves.
Kill. Right?
Kill anything.
Or shoot and kill anything that moves in Vietnam. Well, okay, so let's see this short clip of Diane Wilson, and then we'll see some photographs, some of which I took, and you'll see a simulation of a young woman being force-fed. Okay, let's see the video.
Careful. Stay away, Ellie.
Good street. Veteran Sergeant Rex had a response team over to have a 4 ASAP. Put the fence line. On the sidewalk, everybody. On the sidewalk, everybody. On the sidewalk. On the sidewalk. On the sidewalk. On the sidewalk, everybody. On the sidewalk. On the sidewalk.
Sidewalk's closed. Back up. Sidewalk's closed. Come on. Sidewalk's closed. Back up. Get off the sidewalk. Get off the sidewalk. Come on. Sidewalk's closed.
Cross the street. Cross the street. Cross the street now. Cross the street.
All the way up.
Cross the street. Cross the street. Cross the street. Cross the street. Non-violence. Non-violence, officers.
Get across the street.
Be non-violent.
Move back. Get across the street. Move back. Watch out. Get across. Cross the street, folks. Cross the street. Cross the street. Cross the street. So I'm moving across the street, folks. You gotta move back. Folks, you gotta move back. Gotta cross the
Wow.
Yeah.
How many people were there? Do you know?
At the
Protesters?
vigil, you mean protesting?
Protest, yeah, with her.
Over 200.
Oh yeah.
A good size.
Yeah.
Good size. Unfortunately, some of the tourists who were there to see the White House thought not too highly, I guess, of us.
Wow.
Yeah. They just wanted to go up to the fence.
Yeah.
And we were occupying the fence for a couple hours.
Wow.
But what did you think of Diane, what she did?
She's got to cover a lot of courage, I'll tell you that much,
Yeah.
you know. I mean, you don't know. She's lucky she didn't get shot. Those guys, they'd say, well, you know.
Yeah.
Probably all the tourists that would look and say, that's okay, right?
Yeah.
That's the type of history, that's the type of students that
Exactly.
they've been turning out, right? Brainwashed.
She's in solidarity with people who haven't been charged
Yeah.
or being tortured,
Yeah.
and she gets arrested.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
And those who tell us about them and tell the truth about what's going on, they get
Say,
court-martialed.
Yeah.
And Bradley Manning,
Yeah.
For instance.
trial still ongoing.
Yeah.
Hope to be there next week, by the way.
What's happened there? Anything?
The prosecution is on making its case, and next week, I hope to be there. The defense will have its say.
But you won't get in the courtroom.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You
If
got
I
a
get
ticket?
there early enough. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
My friend, some of our friends are
they-
there.
Oh,
From Veterans for
good.
Peace.
Are they getting in the, are they televised? Are they putting it in the movie theater?
No.
They're not doing that
No,
anymore?
but if there's an overflow crowd, there's an adjacent building where screen TV
Theater.
you can
Yeah.
watch. I hope to be.
I read some press people were complaining about the facilities. They're in some type of a trailer with no air conditioning or
Yeah.
anything to cover it. It's just Bradley Manning and everybody associated with it is being persecuted
Right,
down
right.
there, you know,
Right.
to set the example for everybody, you know. See,
Well, okay, so let's see. We've got.
but he's
some-
been stripped. Excuse me, he's been
Yeah.
stripped out of his main defense. Bradley Manning has by the judge at the court, right? The main defense was that he did this as an act of conscience.
Right, right.
It bothered him and so forth,
Yep.
and that was the main thing, which I think is an excellent defense.
Of course
and
it
an
is,
honest
yeah.
defense and everything. But the judge has overruled his
Right.
defense cannot use that.
Yeah, we wrote that defense after World War II in Nuremberg.
Yeah, but
The
they threw
Nuremberg
that out.
principle.
Yeah, well, that's why the judge ruled it out.
That's what a kangaroo court it is.
We're
you
a
know?
fascist country now. We don't
Oh
go
yeah,
along with
yeah,
stuff like
that's
that.
right, Dick. Yeah, we are.
Well, okay, we're
Yep.
going to see some photographs now. Now, this gentleman on the right, Tarak Kauff, Kauff, lives in Woodstock, New York, and he was on a 17-day fast. He had started 17-day fast. On the left is a guy named Jules, Veterans for Peace. And now he goes to all these vigils. He just come back from Iowa with an anti-drone march, a walk across Iowa. Okay,
Wow.
so this is before the actual demo starts up. Next. Well, there's Ellen Barfield in the middle. Ellen is a longtime VFP member from Baltimore, and that's me on the right, by the way.
Yeah, I recognize it.
So I got my hood up. It was hot, I have to
Yeah.
admit. We had to have a lot of water there. But,
Yeah, those uniforms must be very hot. I mean,
well,
they
I
don't
had
breathe.
my shorts on under,
Oh,
with my Veteran for Peace T-shirt. But yeah, I did
Oh.
put the hood down much of the time when we stood in front of the White House. Okay. Now here's Diane on the left, and this gentleman in the middle was helping Diane, the wheelchair, taking also a film. He's from Uruguay. And there is Elliot Adams on the right. He's also from New York. And as I
What
said,
day is he on?
Huh?
What day is he on?
he was on his 35th day. He had lost approximately 30 pounds. And he was past president of Veterans for Peace.
Yeah.
And he is a direct descendant of John Adams
John-
and John Quincy
John
Adams.
Quincy.
Imagine that. And the first person to live in the White House was John Adams, right? Hunger for Justice, close Guantanamo, Veterans for Peace. And there you see the prisoner on the right there in the banner. And this is, again, right prior to the massive, and there were speakers, by the way, in front of, when we were all lined up there. Medea Benjamin, who had just come back from Yemen, talked with families who
Drone
have their
casualties?
sons and husbands in Guantanamo,
Oh.
as well as victims of drone strikes. Okay, next. And there again is, if you recognize to the right, Colonel Ann Wright, and Elliot again, and Diane Wilson. Ann, of course, has been here. So there it is. It says day 57. Now, it says Code Pink, but she's also a member of Vets for Peace.
Yeah.
Okay.
I presume that's before she went over the fence.
Oh yeah. And a lot of people were wearing the names of people who were in prison on hunger strike in Guantanamo. And there's Tarak to the left there. He, like I said, I think it was the 17th day. By the way, this Monday I'm going to his trial and others for being arrested in New York City at the Vietnam Memorial Wall there when they put a curfew on.
Yeah.
I was too, but I took a plea.
Yeah.
I didn't want to keep going back. Again, there's Diane and Ann and Tarak. Now, this sequence, I think, is about 3 or 4 photographs here. I got up close when this started. The guy wearing the helmet, Gitmo, a soldier, and that's Heidi is her name, Code Pink, and he's going to force feed her. Okay, it was really street theater, very realistic. And there's the insurer. And by the way, that insurer I picked it up somewhere. I have it here.
I used to buy it for my mother.
Yeah, wow, the insurer. And there again, he's taking the tubing. And it looked so realistic that she was, it was on the side of her, her face. Look at all of that. I mean, it's not funny at all. But
it's so ridiculous. These people have not been charged with any crime, and they've been in jail for 10 years.
Right. Here it is. This is the exact.
It's just ridiculous.
That's the exact can right here that the insurer that was used. I just happened to be there. I picked it up. Take it out of the way. Next photograph. Okay, here we go. This is Bill. Richard, can you answer this question?
Absolutely not. We don't have a conscience. We might. You and I, the three of us, might have consciences, but the United States of America does not have a conscience.
Do we believe in torture?
Absolutely. We do torture. We torture.
Yeah, but we don't believe
we
in
kill.
Yeah. By the way,
arbitrarily.
Exactly. There is Elliot, who's been cuffed. Hot day. 37th day of his fast. Look at the other people by the fence. By the way, 18 or 19 of them were arrested later. Okay, they've got him cuffed. There he is. They put him on the sidewalk there and keep him there for over half an hour. And I yelled out to him, "Elliot, you need water." And he said no. There are other people there who had brought him some water, I guess. There you go. That's what the prisoners in Guantanamo are asking for.
Yeah.
Freedom. What we're all asking for. Now, here's Elliot right there.
Yeah.
Guess what? They let him go.
Oh, yeah.
I think he was about ready to keel over.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's because of his health.
And
they didn't
so
want to die on him.
I saw him walk across the street, still cuffed. He got to the other side, and all of a
started
sudden,
getting a little shaky.
Yeah, uncuffed him. There's that the guy from Uruguay in the blue shirt.
What's his name, the Uruguayan?
I can't remember, to tell you the truth. To the right, far right, is Deborah Sweet, the World Can't Wait organizer.
Yeah.
Behind the woman in the green, that's Ellen Davidson from New York City, who photographs all these events, a member of Vets for Peace. Behind her is Kevin Zeese. And Kevin Zeese and Margaret Flowers have a blog. He was one of the creators of Occupy D.C., Washington, D.C. And you can see how gaunt he is there.
Yeah,
Elliot, after he'd come over
he looks fatigued.
Across the street there. And he wasn't a big guy to begin with. Well, this Susan Sontag, remember her, a writer, photographer?
Yes, right.
At the center of our moral life and our moral imagination are the great models of resistance. That is, the great stories of those who have said no.
Absolutely.
And I hope that we can include ourselves among those, among those people. Certainly,
Well, you can include yourself. I'm
Well,
a wannabe.
all of us. No, but all of us. But here's Pocky from Massachusetts. I had met her several years ago, and she was very feisty as she was being taken into the. I'm not going to say paddy wagon.
No, all right.
It's all right. You can.
Yeah,
you can't.
I've ridden in them a few times.
yeah, into
but
the
it's
van.
a bad name. It's an ethnic
Right.
slur.
And-
Right, of course it is.
And by the
Yes, it
way,
is.
look at this. When I saw that, the van, I said, "Wait a minute, that's the park police in charge of the White House in those, that area, the Secret Service." And I thought,
Yeah, the SS.
National Defense Authorization Act. Remember that?
Yeah.
If they designate any area, the Secret Service, as an off-limits, restricted area,
Treason.
anybody who's arrested could get up to 5 years in prison.
Isn't it a treasonous act? Didn't
Yeah.
they clear it that?
So, by the way, what happened to Diane? The next day, she was released. She
Not charged?
Oh, I think was charged.
Disturbing the peace? Or?
I don't know. Climbing over the White House fence, But if it's a federal violation, oh my gosh. I mean, if they adhere to that, National Defense Authorization.
Oh, yeah, right.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, we'll all probably end up in the clink.
Well,
I mean, it's not that far away, really.
the clink. Well, okay.
Well, as far as torture, though, they won't even listen to John McCain. John McCain tried to convince his fellow senators and everybody, and they won't
Exactly.
even listen to him about it,
Yeah. We can talk about, Liz, my teacher, told me you finished the book,
I have finished the
and
book.
you're still recommending it highly.
Highly recommend
yeah.
the book.
Once you read that, you have
It
to
is so
recommend
sad,
it.
Yeah.
and that's the reason those people on the sidewalk don't care what you're doing.
Yeah, right.
Is because they don't know the history.
No,
well, the
right.
history that they do know is the wrong history.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, that there were a lot of heroes that stuck their neck out and got in all kinds of trouble, killed and stuff. John Brown among them and so forth. But it's the type of history we're taught.
Yeah.
If you want to hear a sad personal example, I'm visiting somebody now frequently who is in A ward in the Hillsborough nursing home.
Yeah.
That's for Alzheimer patients,
Oh, yeah.
bad shape Alzheimer patients. The last time I visited, many of them don't even know, they can't remember anything
Sure.
at all. And
Yeah, sad.
they had this big thing of Scrabble out on the table.
Yeah.
They were all sitting around making up words. They can't play Scrabble as such, but they can make up words.
Sure.
These are the ones who are not quite so bad as the other people who incidentally, some of them are younger than I am, right?
Wow.
And they were making up these little sayings, like you can imagine what they are. God bless the American flag.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
God bless America. Then somebody else was making God bless all flags.
Oh.
So the history that they taught us in grammar school and stuff, this
Yeah.
basically propaganda, some of
course.
it, right?
Of course.
Sticks
all
with you till
propaganda.
the end. That's the last thing you're going to remember. You'll be there saying, God bless America.
I'll be saying,
Hopefully
close
it's
down
true.
Guantanamo.
It's
Yeah.
entirely
Close up.
propaganda. It's entirely propaganda.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
textbooks are just
And it
complete
stays
crap.
with you,
Yeah,
geez.
we'll be saying, war is not the answer.
I hope
Yeah.
you're not still saying
Yeah.
close down Guantanamo
Yeah.
by that time.
I know.
They do
Well,
it.
we could talk about Edward Snowden and where he is and what's happening with him.
Is he still in the
Moscow.
Yeah.
is still in the
I
airport?
think he's in Russia, yeah. And Putin says he's not going to send him back.
What are the Ecuadorians saying?
They're backing off a bit.
Who?
The
Ecuador.
Korea.
Well, we're
President
getting a
Correa.
lot of pressure from. Joe Biden called the president of
Right.
Ecuador up, talked to him on the phone.
Yeah, I think it's
and is
economic stuff.
smoozing him out and stuff like that. Joe, what a nice guy he is.
Yeah,
He convinced
right.
anybody, but
He's
I
bribing
don't
him.
think he's got it. But he's in Russia now, and
But
I
he's
don't
in-
know. Putin says
Yeah, but
Maybe-
I thought Putin said he could stay if he
in
didn't
the
release any
airport.
more information
about America.
about America's.
I think
But
he wants to
he's
sign
technic-
him to a non-compete. I think he
Isn't
wants to
techni-
sign him up over there, non-compete.
Isn't he
repres-
technically in an international zone? He's not really in Russia. He's in the airport and he
I
can't
think,
leave it.
I
I
think
thought
that's
that was.
right, isn't it? But nobody's seen
I
him
thought
in
that was the
airport.
deal.
I
No.
don't think they haven't really
he
seen him.
applied for asylum to 19 or 20 different countries, including India. And apparently some of them are turning him down. They say we can't do it unless you're actually in the country.
in Russia.
No, in the country.
Oh, in their
like
In
country,
their
yeah.
country,
or
under their
India.
jurisdiction.
So how does he get from point A to point B or even point C
Yeah.
without being caught? See,
You know what? You know what it put me in mind of today, and I was trying to think of something. Do you remember when the young man was escaping East Berlin, and he gets shot coming across
number
the
of them,
river.
yeah.
Was his name Peter Friedrich or something like that? I even looked it up, and I've already
Right.
forgotten the guy's
Right.
name. But this is quite a similar thing on a smaller scale.
Sure.
These people that were sick of this stuff, Uncle, watching, listening to everything you're doing, controlling the. We agreed with them. We thought East Germany and the Soviets, that's a terrible thing. That's where we are right now. And this guy,
We are.
Snowden, is just giving us a tip off,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Bradley Manning, that, hey,
Oh, yeah.
folks, it's not all what you think it is, right? It's a little bit different. And now we're
It's a lot different.
we're demonizing these people and creaming them, and you know, nobody has any sympathy for them or anything. And we have more sympathy for the East Germans because that was somebody else's problem. That wasn't our problem, right?
Right. I'll repeat the book last week. They thought they were free by
Yeah.
Milton Mayer. Okay.
Yeah.
Those who give up some of their security or liberty in order to obtain more security deserve neither. Ben
Yeah.
Franklin said. Well, look, Obama went to Africa. Okay, and for me, I don't know if you know the story. Nelson Mandela. He went to see Mandela,
Yeah,
but
I
he
was
couldn't.
so
right.
very pleased
sick.
about the
And
result.
then he went to the
Tanzania.
cell, the jail where Mandela spent 27 years.
Yeah, Robert Island. Yeah.
Yeah. You know the story of how he was arrested,
No.
Mandela?
No, I don't. I have no idea.
The American CIA put plants in the African National Congress in his group.
I did know that.
And CIA, New York Times,
Yeah.
CIA, they reported in Mandela, Thai reported in Mandela
They
arrest.
essentially turned him in. The
CIA fingered him and got him sent
Yeah, I did know
to
that.
that
To
prison.
the Robert Island, yeah.
Yeah.
And why should that surprise us?
No,
I mean,
no. But the people watching this, the people out there in the street, don't know that.
No.
And the hypocrisy, but Obama knows it.
Sure he does.
Do you think Obama might be just a little bit upset in the fact that he went all the way down to his town, Pretoria, to visit him,
Yeah.
and he's on his last legs and so forth, and the family's wishes were that he not visit
Right.
Mandela?
Right.
Do you think Obama might be a little bit upset about that?
Probably.
Yeah, I would
No-
think he would be
no
a little
photo
bit upset
op.
about it.
But the
It's a
deep-
long way to, I'm glad he didn't see him personally.
Yeah.
I'm very glad.
But
he
here's the
didn't.
other
I
thing.
agree with you, Zach.
I was the
But,
advisor to the Amnesty International group at Central High School.
Yeah.
We used to get, messages about writing letters or sending telegrams about freeing prisoners of conscience.
Right.
And
Like
then,
Bradley Manning.
yeah, he is
Yeah.
a prisoner. And then some kids asked me about Mandela, and I said, no, Amnesty has not taken up Mandela. And they said, well, why not? You know the reason, right? Because after a while, after all the massacres, after all the repression, the oppression of blacks in South Africa, Mandela did agree to violence.
Yeah.
And Amnesty will not take up the cause of anybody
Oh.
who espouses violence. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Mandela's a wonderful person, inspiring
Yeah.
person, spending all those years in prison. But he did espouse some use of violence.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Did
the
you
last
see the
resort.
movie Invictus?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, fantastic movie.
Matt Damon, right?
Oh, you got to go
Morgan
see that.
Freeman.
Invictus.
Yeah.
It's about South Africa. After
Yeah.
he got out, he got to be president. There's
Right.
such a split with all the whites and the blacks together and so
Right,
forth.
right.
And they hated their football team. So he thought he'd use that as a weapon, and he'd get the football guys in on his side to help him. And before it was done, it was a unifying fact. It was a great movie. You could rent it.
Yeah.
You know?
Does that mean
Okay.
unconquerable? Invictus? Does
Invictus.
that mean unconquerable? Invictus?
That sounds like.
Yeah,
Does it
probably.
sound
Yeah, I
right?
think so. But it's a
Okay.
great movie. I'd recommend it. Matt
Okay.
Damon's in
Matt
it,
Damon and Morgan Freeman.
and it
right?
shows how clever he was to put that thing to. And
Right.
actually, sports. If somebody could do that in that country, we'd be better off too. Use
Right.
it as a positive type thing, but we
Right.
don't.
So anyway, people should be aware about the CIA. By the way, Che Guevara too was fingered by the
Yeah.
CIA for
Yeah.
was it Bolivia?
Yeah.
The army that
Executed, yeah.
captured him and
Yeah.
killed him. So there are a number of
I
things.
think the Navy Security Group found him
Yeah.
because of transmissions.
Yeah.
They had a big ship, just like the Liberty, right off the coast of South America.
Yeah.
And there's a little transmitter comes up 2:00 in the morning. Bip, bip, bip.
Yeah.
They think
Yeah.
we got him. CIA.
And we're everywhere.
And they
Folks,
even let the
we-
guy,
Oh.
Che Guevara, they even let the guy that hounded him for years, who he was evading, execute him.
Oh.
In the book, I read that book, Che.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well,
We're everywhere.
Well, I
They're
recommend that
closing
book.
our
Lies, my
schools
teacher
and
told me.
oh yeah,
Terrific book.
yeah.
Cutting
Hey,
back on food stamps, and we're sending military all over the
Oh
world.
yeah.
Where do we go?
And by the way,
Throwing money
Africa.
away.
Yeah, we got 4 minutes.
Can you show that picture? Will it show
Which
up on
one?
the screen?
This one?
That one?
I'm not sure.
Oh, you don't think it will show up on the screen?
No, it wouldn't.
Oh.
But anyway, what we recommend.
Recommend it. Just tell us what it's about.
Well, there's the
Let me hold it for a second.
the Christmas Story.
Can't get it
The
right
film, The Christmas Story here, and it's Ralphie looking in the mailbox for his official, Red Ryder rifle he wanted for Christmas. This film from
Yeah, we used to
1983.
sell those things, decoder rings.
Yeah, decoder
Sky
rings.
King, you could get a Sky
Yeah,
King
it's a
decoder,
ring, and this is the official Obama BS
Yeah,
decoder ring.
finally got his Obama BS decoder ring.
Great. Thank you, Delia. Again.
I never cared for Sky King myself.
Well,
I
anyway.
never cared for Sky King, but anyway.
Okay. Obama is announcing money for Africa, okay? Like, 8-9 billion and some other aid. But he doesn't announce the 100 billion or so for the military assistance, military aid, training of African militaries.
We've
The
got a
Chinese are coming in,
Oh, my God.
investing heavily, tremendous amount of money, without armies,
Without armies, right.
training,
Wow.
without,
Wow. Yeah.
it's incredible.
they've been
Even
there-
you didn't believe it was $100 million for that trip to Africa, but that's what
100
it was,
million.
or more.
Yeah, $100 million
yeah.
for Obama.
And the
to-
Chinese have been there for a long time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
nothing
that's-
Yeah.
like they're not just doing it now.
Right. But for him to suggest that oh, by the way, Bush was there, right? And let's give Bush his due on one thing only:
I won't give him
the
anything.
HIV stuff.
Yeah.
Well, he had
and,
nothing to do with that.
Well, supposedly it was his creation. His,
Yeah, right.
and somebody said to me, "Well, yeah, he saved millions of lives." And then I said, "But he took millions of lives in Iraq, Afghanistan, and elsewhere around
Still
the world.
going on.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure it evens up the score."
Yeah.
And besides, we know that he didn't do that. That was done by somebody else.
Well, anyway, they met in Africa at the embassy that was bombed. One of them in 1998.
Just by
I certainly
accident.
wouldn't shake hands with him
Yeah.
if I were the president of the United
Well,
States.
no, and I hope you don't.
That can't be an accident that they just happened
I
to
know.
bump into each
I
other.
know.
These guys have advanced people. They're
Well,
so
just
far
think,
ahead. It has
just
to
think
be
of it.
planned.
The president of the United States, George W. Bush, lies to the American people about the weapons of mass destruction, which they knew very well did not exist in Iraq.
Right.
Couldn't possibly exist there. And then Bradley Manning tells the truth about what's going on in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And he's in jail, about to spare maybe 20 years of his life in there. If he's
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the country we live in. We
Yeah.
live in this country.
Right.
I know it.
And I'm wearing a button here that says, don't elect any politician who promises to cut Social Security,
Yeah.
Medicare, and Medicaid.
Medicaid.
Okay. In other words, take the money out of Afghanistan, where it's still costing $1
Bring it
million
right
a year for a soldier, and $100,000 per prisoner at Guantanamo. Well, we only have about 30 seconds left, so we want to encourage people to read more, get that book, Lies My Teacher Told Me, get anything written by Howard Zinn,
Yep.
Noam Chomsky, all these people who never got on TV, the talking heads on Sunday, et cetera, et cetera. So, and look up A.J. Muste, another radical revolutionary minister.
Who said,
There is
no way to peace. Peace is the way.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.